So this is a just an impression I got off of this episode of Batwoman. I'm finally getting to watch the earlier stuff on the app. And by earlier I mean pre-crisis. It's not that earlier. It's not like Arrow season 8 and then watching Arrow season 1. Just the pre-crisis stuff. And I'm on episode 8, which I believe is the final pre-crisis episode, because episode 9 was crisis. So there doesn't seem to be any crisis setup at all, which makes sense because this is before Elseworlds, I believe. So, anyways, okay, real quick. Speaking of Elseworlds, have you seen the DC Elseworlds skin pack for MK11? I don't know why I say MK. Mortal Kombat 11. That looks dope. You can expect a video the day that stuff comes out, because I will be recording a video the hour that stuff comes out. Actually, will I even have that stuff due to my... If that's not included in the combat pack, I might not. So I might have to buy that later. But I'll have Joker and stuff. I don't have a job anymore, so my resources are just... DC Universe and Disney Plus keep coming in and just wiping me out, you know? And I can't get a job anywhere. I put my resume out several places, but it's just not happening. I was going to show you this, but I should not, because it has my personal information on it. I did get a little thing from the U.S. Navy for, what is it? This is not Navy, is it? Marines. So, from the Marines. So, I don't think I'm going to accept. I think I'm going to pass for now. It's kind of dangerous. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to do military stuff at some point. That's a fact. Right now, though, I'd rather get some stuff done off my bucket list before anything happens to me out in the field. And besides that, after military work, I have police work in mind. Or maybe one or the other, I don't know. Whichever order is relevant to me. But I'm going to do both, or try to. So, yeah, but anyways, back to DC Elseworlds skin pack. That stuff looks awesome. You have, Baraka as Killer Croc, and that worked out so well. Katana as Catwoman, that one I was impartial to. It took me a minute to realize who that was, and I was like, not the character, but the skin. It took me a minute to realize that was Catwoman. I was like, eh. But then you have freaking the Batman Who Laughs. I didn't expect that at all. Then there's also Garrus as Apocalypse. I don't know the name of the guy that the Batman Who Laughs goes to. I know the guy, he's got weird forearms and shit, but... And he's this treasure-loving guy. But I don't really like that character so much, so I don't remember his name. And then, I don't even know shit about the character, actually, and I played the story like twice already. So... But yeah, and then the Joker, he looks like he's gonna be awesome. He's got this little Batman puppet that has like a gun in it. And then, I've watched some of the intros, and he seems to, for some reason, he seems to remember a lot about MK versus DC. And then, the characters when he's interacting with those characters, they seem to remember it too. And I'm like, that's weird. But cool, I love it. The same thing happened in Injustice 2 as well. Because, Batman has dialogue with Sub-Zero that, where he's like, not you again. And then, Raiden and Superman have dialogue. Superman is just being an asshole and has, no memory of what Raiden is talking about, but Raiden says that they were allies on Apocalypse, to which Superman says, well, here, we're not. So, Mortal Kombat vs. DC is referenced a lot, and I like that because I actually did like that game. I think maybe it's one of the worst in the series. Though it cannot compare, like, people joking about me, but it cannot compare to one of them that it was like the first 3D one or whatever. The fatalities were weird as hell. I really hate Mortal Kombat XL sometimes. It just refuses to launch. Look at this shit. No message, no nothing. It sits here. Do not pretend that you're gonna start. Oh my, okay, whatever. You guys know that I clicked it twice. Just listen to the audio of the video. Whatever. So, how was I going on about? So yeah, there's this one where the fatalities are jank as hell. There's one, like, Quan Chi, like, he looks like he's gonna go rip off the dude's head, but instead the neck just keeps stringing out. This was a creative decision. This was not an oversight or a glitch or whatever. This was a creative decision. They thought that because they could, they should. No, the fatalities in that one were jank as hell, and the rest of the game was jank as hell. And buggy as hell. So that one is easily the worst in my opinion. Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe is pretty bad, but it is certainly the best of the worst. You know? Anyways, I love that game. I wish, one, it were backwards compatible, and two, I had another copy of it because the original broke. Well, to be honest, it didn't work that well when we first got it. A friend gave it to us. But it certainly, last time I tried to play it was worse than when we got it, so we'll go with that. But yeah, whoever owned it originally, our friend. Same friend, in fact, though, who gave us Diva and Gizzy. No, not Gizzy. Brownie and Katie. So, you know. Our little doggy was used, too. But she was in good condition. However, we have not been able to maintain that condition. Various medical problems. No idea what that's all about. She's good now, but for a while there, problem city. Yeah, so without getting off topic, Joker is just, he seems like he's gonna be really cool. I'm super excited. I'm hoping, because they showed off one fatality, it starts out as like a friendship, but then it's a bomb and it says fatality, and I was like, oh, that's neat. Nice little reference to Mortal Kombat, and it feels like something the Joker would do. I'm hoping his second fatality, I have not wanted to get this spoiled for me, so I just refuse to watch any videos that reference it, because a lot of videos are coming out before the character comes out. That is really peeving me. But yeah, I really need to get to the main topic of the video. So, Batwoman, I'm finally watching the older stuff. Elseworlds, This is where we are. Okay, so, I noticed that Alice, has this weird plan with poisoning, poisoning the mother of, I don't remember names. Oh my god. Oh my god. But Alice or Beth or whatever the hell. We're gonna say Alice because Beth from Another Earth just showed up in on Earth Prime recently, so we'll just say Alice. So Beth she's poisoning the mother, and then she poisons the daughter. And then she makes them make a decision. Save the mother, or save the daughter. Or rather, the way this example works, this example would work better if I say kill the mother or kill the daughter. And what I noticed about that is the mother dies to save her daughter. The thing about that is, that reminds me a lot of Deathstroke's plan in Season 2 of Arrow. It involved Oliver making a choice to save... Deathstroke said that Oliver is responsible for Shadow's death. He chose to kill Shadow and save Sarah. So basically, Deathstroke's plan was to make Oliver kill someone the same way he killed Shadow. But this time it would be a family member. And Oliver didn't make the choice, so Moira did. She stood up and she said to take her rather than Thea. And I'm like, this feels so similar to me. Like, if I say that a threat from a vigilante's past came to give someone a choice that would kill someone close to them. You know what I'm saying? I can't word it right now, but you get me, right? I hope you get me. But yeah. Ding ding ding. So yeah, Alice's Deathstroke. Personally, I don't think it's handled that well. Because the way they did it on Batwoman didn't make it feel as personal to... It felt personal as hell to Beth, but it really had nothing to do with Batwoman. So... Now, personally, the other thing is, they didn't handle What's-Her-Face's death that much, because I didn't like her from the start. And then all this stuff comes out. And they only made me care about her a little bit at the very end of her story. I'm assuming this is the end of her story. I have not continued to watch it. But this is the final pre-Crisis episode, and on Crisis, Kate mentions what happened, so... So like I was saying, with Moira, we still cared about her the whole way through. Well, maybe not during some of her actions. But she did shady things, and bad things. But we still cared about her. And when she died, she had an impact. Why else do you think they keep bringing the character back? They haven't undone her death, because that was the most important thing in her story. But how many times have we seen her since she died? I'm thinking at least 4 times. That doesn't sound like much, but yeah. That's also not including Crisis on Earth X, where the evil Nazi Gideon is actually Moira Queen. Her voice, anyways. The Legends had Gideon, but they had Moira. Even though they still referred to her as Gideon on Crisis. They didn't use Gideon's voice. Either of their voices. Because Gideon's had 2 voices, apparently. On The Flash, it's, can't remember her name at the moment, but the lady from Deadpool. Can't remember the character's name either. Vanessa. And then, she was Lee Tompkins on Gotham as well. But, I don't even know who it is on Legends, but it is very different. Point of the story, Moira's been brought back because we still care about that character. How many times are we going to see this lady come back after this? The other thing that doesn't help is her story was cut really short. I mean, I don't know how old the character's supposed to be, so I don't know how short for, the universe. But we only get to see her for 6, 7 episodes? 7, 8 episodes? Somewhere around that number. And, she's done something to create the villain, whereas Moira never created the villain. She did help Malcolm, though, so... But... Like... At that rate... The hell am I going on about? I took my meds, my mind's all wonk. I just don't think they handled it as well, because... Of all these things... And then... That... And just realistically... How many times are we going to see this character? How many times is she even going to be referenced? I'm fairly certain they're going to forget about her after this season ends. Bloop. Fan reception isn't strong with that character, so the writers aren't even going to bother. Speaking of, though, Moira's coming back for the season finale of Arrow, so that's going to be interesting. I don't know how long she's going to be there. And besides that, she was never that important of a character. Well, she was in season 1, but in season 2 she took a backseat. She had this little arc, and then she died, like halfway through the season. So, she didn't feel like that important of a character to me, even though technically a lot of episodes revolved around her, and she was kind of the secondary bad guy of season 1. I mean, one could argue... No, I really don't think you can. Who else was the secondary bad guy? Also, I keep forgetting this, but Firefly was on the show, and he was completely wasted. Dun 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 dun. But with Earth Prime, they can bring Firefly back for Batwoman, so that'll be cool. If they don't, well, but then you gotta be like, I mean, because Oliver is I think he's doing the best thing he can for his friends and family. The ones that he lost, because I imagine Tommy Merlin's coming back. I imagine Moira's coming back. Well, she is. She is actually coming back. The Moira thing could be a flashback to Oliver, like the funeral they had for Oliver when he first died. But I don't think it's going to be a flashback. Because one, kind of pointless. Two, why do that? But the reason I'm saying there's a possibility is because the 2 photos we've seen of Moira don't have anything indicating it's present day. Nothing. You know why? What I mean by this? There's one photo of Felicity and Barry talking together. Barry would be from present day. You ain't gonna see Barry back in the flashbacks. Well, you might see him in some of them now. Technically, like if they flash back to 2 seasons ago, you'll see that. But you ain't gonna see Barry in season 2. Or before that. I mean, before season 2. Anywhere before that, you ain't gonna see Barry. Because you might run into him during season 2. Being that we already did, actually, technically, the scientist, 3 ghosts. But still. Now, have I made my point? Because really, at this point, I don't know. I forget what the point was. Oh boy. You don't tell me what to do.